Who are you doing next week?
I think I'm just going to interview Furiak about his first years.
Okay, it's recording.
Alright. So, Isaac, take me through the day in the life of Isaac Weber.
Alright, well, I wake up at it depends on if I run in the morning, but I wake up at either usually 6 because, okay, that isn't that late.
Oh yeah, we don't keep going, man.
Okay, but then I do some homework and I get to school. After school ends, usually I have counterpoints because counterpoints I have 3 days a week.
3 days a week after school?
3 days a week after school from 3 to 6.
Every day, with a period, though?
Yeah,
okay.
With a period. And then also, that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So then on Monday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I have track. And then also after counterpoints on Thursday, I go and get a track workout in. So Thursdays are my hardest days today because I end up getting home at 8 o'clock or 8:30 just because I have to work out after counterpoints. But
and then once you get home at 8:30, how much time, how long does homework take usually?
It kind of depends on the day, but I've actually been pretty good this year. I've been getting between 6 and 7 hours of sleep, which is better than last year, which is kind of sad.
What happened last year?
Last semester I'd be getting 5 hours and 30 minutes sleep each night, but then I got a little bit more organized, and so even though I have a lot more stuff this semester, I can do a lot of it more quickly, and I also know how to prioritize. So some nights I might not always be able to do my TOK homework, but that's not necessarily due the next day. So.
Yeah, and that's theory of knowledge, right?
Yeah.
If you had to choose between IB and cross country, which one would you choose?
I mean, that's a tough choice because I really love running, cross country and track. They're just really great opportunities. But IB also prepares me, I guess, for the collegiate, for college and for the greater world because you have a little bit more independence of what you do. You can do research and everything. So I'd probably choose IB just because I've always been really focused on school and I love learning. And I think I can always run, if I had to. Last year I ran all by myself during track season just because I couldn't do track as a counterpoint. So if I had to, I could keep running on my own, but school's a little bit harder to do yourself.
So why did you choose to join IB?
Well, I really wanted to get kind of the most, honestly the most difficult experience out of high school because in middle school it wasn't that challenging, it was hard, but elementary school wasn't challenging at all. And because it was 3rd grade. But so in high school, freshman year wasn't really hard, and sophomore year was getting harder. But I really wanted to learn as much as I could, and be with a lot of people that love to learn. And even though IB, some colleges don't look at that diploma, they don't care as much. It is great to be in an environment where you're with 40 other kids or 30 other kids that really love learning as much as you do, because it's cool. Because even if you take all X or AP classes, there's always going to be a couple kids that just don't care as much about it, and that can kind of bring the class down a little bit. So
with all the extra stuff you had to do compared to a normal school student, is it worth it to join IB? If you're talking to a 9th grader, a kid coming right up in school, and he's wondering should he join, he's running cross country, and he's questioning should he join IB? I mean, what would you say to him?
It really just depends on who you are and what your priorities are. So I know a lot of those kids are runners first and foremost, and I respect that. And in that case, then I'd probably say you should just take as many hard classes as you want to. But I mean, IB is a really rigorous schedule. We do a lot of crazy stuff. Right now, I'm researching my own, doing my IA, which is independent research, where you have to create your own experiment and figure out your own formulas, or figure out the formulas you need to use for it, and then it's a couple page long lab report, and it's intense. So it depends, because I always really love school, and if school is what you like doing, and if you love learning, then and you can balance these things, and you think you're a pretty well balanced person, then I would challenge yourself. But if you are someone who's pretty focused on running and that's really your passion in life above learning, then I definitely wouldn't take part in something where it's hard to like IB unless you're passionate, really passionate about school and doing your own thing with like research and science and everything. So unless that's like one of your passions, then I probably wouldn't.
So with IB, is it better to be really knowledgeable or really organized? Or
Honestly,
do you need both?
I mean, you need, but like first semester, I mean, I'm not an organized person at all. Second semester, I've gotten it together a little bit, but like for most of my life, I've been able to just like work off the top of my head, and like, cause I've always been relatively intelligent and like known a lot of really random facts because I used to read a lot. But like this semester, I started realizing like it's gonna kill me unless I get organized. So I think it's really important. I mean, like you're gonna not be able to deal with the workload if like you don't have the necessary like educational background to come in like prepared for that. But B, if you can't get organized, like if that's just something that you're never gonna be able to do, no matter how hard you try, and like it's really killing me right now to do it, but like I'm kind of figuring it out, it just sucks, then like it's like you're gonna die, you're gonna drown, because there's so much stuff that you get that you need like a year later, right? Like there's this stuff that Miss Sisson gave us for Hamlet this semester or last semester that we need to pull back out second semester senior year and use again for an IB project, and that's like crazy. So yeah, if you're not organized, you know, like it's kind of bad. But
So what are your plans after high school? And how do you think IB will help you reach those goals?
well, I intend to major in public policy and get a minor in environmental science, and then go to law school and go into environmental law, and either do something, well, it depends, either go to law school or start going into a political route, working in the government, working on like environmental legislation, or I'd go into environmental law. And I kind of want to go to like University of Chicago, top choice, UVA, another good school, UCLA, I also really like that school. And IB, while there's not as much a focus on, because the thing is you actually get the diploma after you graduate. Like you get they send you the IB diploma. They tell you if you made the IB diploma or not in like June.
So you graduate at North Central,
and then you find out if you actually got the IB diploma.
so you don't get the IB diploma. You
You have to wait.
wait.
By the time you're in college, by the time you get your IB diploma, you're already gonna have your college picked out. So that seems like really dumb, right? At first.
Yeah, I mean, because even if you don't get it, you can still have the IB
Yeah.
classes.
But yeah, so that's the thing. Like when I first thought about it, it seemed kind of like counterintuitive. But then you think a little bit more about it, and what colleges really look at is the IB classes that you take and how many points that you get. Because like with IB, there's like a point system, and you need to like one project might count for like this much your diploma, and they can already see those projects. So if they see that you had a really awesome IA and you did a really good group 4 presentation for physics, and you had this in English and this there, even if you don't have the diploma yet, they can see, all right, this kid took on a rigorous like IB schedule and he did really well with it. And at that point, you can usually tell if you're gonna get the diploma or not, because you can see the numbers. You know, if you make a certain number, you're gonna get it. You just don't have the physical thing yet. So it'll be helpful in college because it really helps you to think, especially classes like TOK, helps you to think in ways that you haven't before, and it helps me to get organized, which is something I'm gonna need in my future life.